I called the then Misericordiae, now the deputy governor. I called late General Famile. And a few of us, we gathered and we had a meeting. And we vowed that Mercy Hospital must succeed. And I vowed that all the negative stories that were told about Mercy Hospital and other people would have to be debunked at a certain point in time. Perhaps not immediately. Because even here too, we have wild animals who were bent on pursuing personal interests, and they thought that the personal interest was to pull down Mercy Hospital and close all our hospitals so that they would have peace. And they felt they were dealing with the Catholic Church. But God always takes the upper hand in everything we did. At this point, I want to very sincerely thank our brother, the deputy governor, who at that time was not the deputy governor, Misericordiae, who together with Dr. Patrick, late General Famile, and we sat together and planned what next to be done. And I'm happy today that we could stand here. And the gap is sang. I could listen to what Mercy Hospital staff sang. And I was smiling, they did not know why. I am very grateful to God today that this monumental edifice, this hospital, this institution has continued to remain. We have to put in everything within our power to make sure that the work started by our forefathers will not go in vain. The sufferings of the Seminole and the sufferings of our people. I still remember at that time, 1966, 67, when I was a refugee in Edinburgh, 1967, 68. I watched this hospital when we used to go to Edinburgh. The women used to go to Edinburgh to bring there is a river, there is a stream, whatever it may call. It is your time. They will cross. Women will get on every right block. These were Catholic women and women of this place who were very generous, and they did all that. And a few people wanted to bring this place down. I want to thank in a very special way the landlords, the present landlords of Abak, of Mercy Hospital. The name of my very great friend, Chief Ifyokwana, and my capist, Chief Shepherd, and all the other chiefs who have stood their ground to defend what is defended and to propagate peace to the outside world, to show that we are not the wild people that people think about. And I still remember how the story was being told. I can't ever say I don't know what everybody but how can you present yourself in that manner? I remember when I came to this hospital at the very beginning, before I brought Parakadisico here. We were just going around, blessing the place with tears in my eyes. The whole thing was, I was blessing the place. And there was one young man that was doing a comment. At one end, there was that is how it is. Because all of us will all die at one time or the other. But the night coming from Mercy Hospital. Mercy Hospital will believe all of us. Because it was a work of love. He marked out the Mercy Hospital. Canada was from Indiana. Canada was from Indiana, was not from here. But he loved us. and then make sure that this hospital stood and is still standing. We cannot just simply close our eyes and see the work of that great man to crumble. Mercy Hospital will not crumble. Amen. And I want to say that all those who have helped Mercy Hospital to stand till today, God will continue to bless them. And those who have died, that God will also continue to bring them in and give them eternal rest in heaven. Amen. Let me thank in a very special way, even though he's now late, the former chairman of the board, General Abak, he worked so hard. At that time, he worked in such a way that we were thinking that he was going to arrest all day because they wake up. But he was more peaceful than a civilian. So all those who he started to counsel people and advise them to desist from violence. And he succeeded in most cases. I use this opportunity to also thank the DIG, who was at the other side helping us to arrest, not only not for imprisonment, at least for the time being. He will send his policemen. Whoever was making noise, he will take the person, take it to for who was not put in prison. One will be a so he did so well. And all the members of the board at that time, I want to thank them very, very sincerely. Since this opportunity has been given to me today, I want to thank all those priests who have worked in this place. I remember Father Thomas who worked here. Remember Father Antonio Mom. I just of happy memory, Father Charles Udoka, and all of them who were working and doing all the. Sometimes the work overwhelmed them. Sometimes it was so difficult for them to actually have a headway. But they worked and they did everything. Father Antonio was here. Father Antonio is still here. That's one of the chairman women at the point. Overwhelmed. So every time we were talking, looking for ways how to get out of it. So I want to thank all those who stood by us, especially the staff of this hospital, who stood by us at that difficult time, who were prepared to do everything to make sure that the hospital did not go aground. I can also thank the heartness of Holy Child Jesus at that time, Sister Teresa of happy memory, who worked very hard, even at very difficult times, and all the doctors whose names I do not know. I can't remember them because I was not there in the administration at that time. And of course, the sisters had already left by the time I came. And those who have been working hand in hand to make sure that the hospital continued. And when I had to pull out Father Canis from the parish, he was at Ikwe. I called him one evening in my house and I told him, Canis, you are no longer going to stay in Ikwe. I want to take you to Mercy Hospital. He said, you can't have administration, I cannot lawyer. So that's the lawyer put him. So I took him out and I brought him to Mercy Hospital and he has performed wonders. So for not putting canonical provisions to close the place down, but you have put a canonical provision to make the team grow. So I want to say thank you very much. And thank all the staff. I have seen my brother and friend, Mr. Patrick Akao, has been one of those who have stood by this hospital right from the very turbulent times. Mr. Kata, thank you very much for your gentleness and your kind-heartedness for doing the things that you are doing. Your quiet way of doing things, very quiet but doing very great things. I want to thank you very, very sincerely. Those I cannot mention now. There's nothing I know that I thank you very sincerely from my. I mean those who stood at that very difficult time, who refused to go. At the time, Qatar was everything. Nyamko, Peso. Others, we see now, we see why you get it on Yana, Canadiana. But it's truth. Sometimes without getting anything, I want to say I'm very, very grateful. After in the time of the Reformation, I remember once I came to this hospital to inspect, and one of the doctors was on his table. Okay, fine, I get to tell you all the table. So dear, man, I can tell you, I thought they would talk and see the Ziggy. Now, I can only take a book with a That's why I had a point that everybody was feeling unconcerned about anything. So, for fun, the men or women did it, and the other things. It is a pleasure to see, as you are coming to the compound, you see the fence that was once pulled out of your mention, and the fence came up again. It's good to see the roof replaced. There was a time I witnessed the leaking roofs that you were talking about. I saw the places lapidated everywhere. But now we can see, and even there was a time we had more workers in this compound than we had in the local government. In the morning, the whole compound was equal, but workers didn't. There was no discipline. Today, I'm very happy to say, discipline, we are the best. There was a time that people did not love discipline, even discipline. They didn't want discipline. They wanted to do that. So, but you see, when there is discipline, things go well. And those who used to come to this hospital at that time, they saw that. How big is it? Nobody contracts. They say we are going back. So I said, well, they will say for back so they do that whatever it was did. Or about that at the whole month. At the end of the month, we say we are going back. So it was that then. The situation in the Mercy Hospital was not only in Mercy Hospital. In the Rapan Hospital was the same thing. Almost the same thing. In fact, the Rapan Hospital had closed down because the medical missionaries of Mary Sisters who were principally in charge had resigned from that hospital. By the time I was installed in October 2010. By November, I received a letter from the sister that they are going away. I pleaded, please wait till March next year. I have not even seen the thing already on that program. I don't even know what is happening. And they left and abandoned the hospital. I had to grab Father John Ugo, their dean. John Ugo was somebody from America take it here for you. Because I didn't see whom to follow. Abak Domus everywhere to come. So Father John Ugo, I walked down with at the point we had to take the late Father Abak Domus, God rest his soul. When Father John Ugo had to go back to America. Father Abak Domus to go back. I had to look for sisters to I went and I got the Hospital Sisters of Mercy. God bless them. And they started to rebuild the hospital once again. The same rebuilding that took place here was taking place in Mercy Hospital or in Rapan Hospital. And so it was. In Etimapo, it was almost the same thing. People thought that about them go for us, you just go, get upset, man, they are now going after all, we get away to the Chicago, even we can go for us. You can do whatever you like. But today, discipline has begun in all these places. So the greatest joy and happiness today is that Mercy Hospital, especially the eye center, has become a household name all over Nigeria. There is no way you will go. About this hospital. That is what we were looking for. That's that's what we have been struggling to have. There was a time we had a meeting with our partnership with the University of Canada to have Mercy Center at the center of high research in the whole of West Africa. And it is one day it shall come to pass. Amen. I want this place to be a center of all high research in the whole of West Africa. There is a meeting that I was once called in Gambia, which I didn't have time to go. But I think that dream will always come, because Mercy Hospital was meant to be great. And it cannot be because of us who are simply passing away that Mercy Hospital can no longer be great. It will be great. Already it is great. And what they say, producing, still producing. So, still pursuing, still achieving. Still pursuing, still achieving. So we are not yet achieved, but we are still achieving. So that is a very good thing. Only the best is good enough, and we shall always achieve the best at the point. So I want to say thank you very much for hiding these things from me. You didn't tell me that you are going. I was going for pastoral visit. Otherwise, if I get for a pastoral visit. So, but you have done this visit to a pastoral visit, and I am very, very grateful. Grateful to God, not because I have received gifts, but grateful to God that God has really proved himself that he's God. And we must always allow God to be God, because God is free. God cannot be boxed in our own mentalities. So I want to thank all of you for your gift. Come, all of you who have come to share with us. Follow us as we commission some of the facilities and mercenaries and the facilities without e-commission. Now, see most of those things. But of course, there is nothing that can be done unless the bishop gives an approval. So we have been giving approval for those things done. So I'm very, very happy that they are done according to specifications. Let me use this opportunity to thank our partners and our friends, those that have come to us through Paraganis, and those that they came to see, like Dr. Miller and the Chicago group. They have been here right from the time of his eminence, but I think the last speaker of that group was Dr. Miller that died just a few years ago. So we are grateful to all our partners, even from the government, occasionally show interest with us. For I think one thing that I have to thank God really is when the government of Agodi Republic at that time specifically pointed out some hospitals that the government staff had to be withdrawn. Mercy Hospital was one of them. Urapan Hospital was one of them. Useba Muyo was one of them. I think that government, not the government itself, that government specifically pointed out and withdrew all government workers from our hospital, from Catholic hospitals. And perhaps the intention was that, but that was a blessing in disguise. Because those doctors that used to come from government, it is in Abuja. They came whenever they like, they did whatever they like, they don't take any instruction from anybody, and they kept destroying our hospitals. Thanks be to God, they are gone. So now we can take our own doctors, and I want to thank my doctors for the kind of doctors that they are here, they work for us.